Good morning, Pedro.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
We are fine, thanks. And how are you, sir?
I am good. Our new number. To sanitize your hands. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is accounting, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get down to it. Only 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so since we know this is an accounting class, so we all know that we start accounting with the wonderful. Let's start in accounting.
In accounting, assets increase on the debit side, decrease on the credit side. Expenses increase on the debit side, decrease on the credit side. Income increase on the credit side, decrease on the debit side. Liabilities increase on the credit side, decrease on the debit side. Amen.
Now, okay. I'm going to ask you guys to watch a very, very, very short video, right?
Yes.
So that I ask a question. Are we together, good people?
Yes.
Yes. This is
Right now, they got that free. Who's that one's eating? Just for 65 a month, said she. But now the Titanic quarter just sunk your bank balance. Don't bet your budget, just budget. Click here for a quote.
okay, good people. Based on the video, what do you think is the topic for the day?
Budget.
Budget. What makes you so sure? Yeah, the topic for the day is budget, right?
Yes.
Uh, and how do I minimize this one? Okay. Okay, let's do this. This. Let's see. Sorry, ma'am. How do you minimize the video after playing? Guys, before we start, what do you understand by the term budget? Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Budget is a plan on how much money you expect to receive and how much you will need to pay out.
How much you need to pay out? Ma'am? of your income and expenses. Did you all get that?
Yes.
Madam? It's a future plan of your income and expenses, right? So today, the levels will be doing that which is budget. Yep. We'll be doing our budget. Slides here. So you guys are correct. Budgeting is actually technology. Yeah. It's actually going slow, guys, but bear with me so that I can show you exactly what I want to. So you remember what you learned about budgeting in the 10, right? We all remember that. We do not remember at all. Okay, that's one. Yeah, it is a plan of how much money you expect to receive and how much money. Right?
Yes.
So, now, that is grade 11 stuff. That is grade 10 stuff, of which we were actually told about the definitions, and also we were told about the periods of budgeting. Do you still remember those?
Yes.
Can you mention one if you still remember? Before we go to grade 11 stuff. You remember about cash budget or capital budget from grade 10, eh?
Yes.
And also the importance of cash budget. Who remembers them from grade 10 so that we don't just continue? We need to basically refresh our minds. The importance of of budgeting. The reason why do we budget is because of we need to plan for the future and also to monitor. Who say monitor? To monitor? Man? To monitor the liquidity of the business. Let's get best for the liquidity. Yeah, to monitor the liquidity of the business. Man? So now, in grade 11, good people, you will be required, first of all, to have budget, prepare budget. Are we together, good people?
Yes.
So you will be required to prepare budget. So that is what I will be focusing on today, where I will teach you guys the components of budget and also show you the mechanism of how exactly should you prepare your budget. Are we together, good people? Yes. Now, I want us to firstly come here so that you can go ahead. So when we are preparing budget, we have inflows and also outflows. Yeah? So you need to firstly predict the two. You need to know your inflows, then you need to know your outflows, so that you can be able to prepare your cash budget, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we are receiving money, okay, we all know what that says, right? Sales is the money that we receive from selling our goods and services, right?
Yes.
So would you say sales is an inflow or outflow? Inflow, because we are the one who are receiving one. So let's firstly, before we go to the budget, let's firstly talk about the inflow so that we understand them. Because you will see the budget is actually differentiated into two, which is the inflows, the outflows, and the totals at the end of the statement, right? Now, So we have cash sales. We all agree that cash sales is what we call inflows, right?
Yes.
Then we have what we call receipts from debtors. What do you think we mean by the term receipts from debtors? Madam? Ma'am? What do you mean? What do we mean by the term receipts from debtors? Okay, she's saying that is the amount that the debtors owes us, right? You are not sure. What do you mean by the receipts from debtors? Okay. Ma'am?
I think that the payments that we receive from our debtors,
Yeah. Guys, when we talk of receipts from debtors, we are actually talking about that particular amount that our debtors are going to pay us, right? You remember that debtors pay us using the period, which is the schedule, right? So when we talk of receipts from debtors, we're actually referring to the amount that you are going to receive from debtors, right? So another thing, we have rent income, where there's a tenant at the back of the house. Okay, I'm starting to see the landlords here. Okay, when we talk of rent income, the money that you receive from the tenant who's living at the back room, that amount is what we call rent income. So other companies tend to let their properties to people so that they can have what we call other income, right? So rent income is one of the inflows in the business, right? Because the business is actually receiving money. You look tired. People, please. What's the job? It's cold. Let's stand up there. You look tired. Yeah, let's sit down there. Then we have what we call interest received on investment, right?
Yes.
So that is the amount that we receive from our investment. Are we together for people?
Yes.
Meaning that it serves as an inflow also, right? Okay, then we have proceeds from sale of fixed assets. So if, for example, we have a vehicle or an equipment or a building in the business, right? People, are you here?
Yes.
If we have an asset, such kind of an asset, then when we sell it, this is what we call proceeds from sale of a fixed asset, right? The money that we receive are called, it's not sales now, it's called proceeds. Are we together for people? That is also an income. Are we together for people?
Yes.
Now we have loan received. Is loan received an inflow or an outflow?
Inflow.
What are you saying?
Inflow.
Inflow. We are taking a loan, you are saying inflow.
Yes.
And you are connecting people, Please do not doubt, it doesn't matter the nature of the income of the money that we receive, as long as we are receiving the money according to cash budget, that is our inflow. Are we together with people?
Yes.
Now, let's go to outflow. And outflows are referring to our cash paid out. Are we together with people?
Yes.
Now, we have cash purchases of trading stock and fixed assets. Can someone tell me what does that mean? If you happen in your paper to see that that nature of an outflow, how will you treat it? One is saying cost of sales. Yep. The other one. Ma'am? What was it? What's that? Yes. What? She is saying goods being sold, right? Now, this is is what we talk about when we talk of cash purchases. This simple means, good people, please listen. We left our business and went to another business just to buy goods and services, right? Those we call them cash purchases. If we bought them cash, not on credit, but cash. Are we together, good people?
Yes.
So when we talk of cash purchases, we're actually referring to when we actually did the payment immediately. Are we together, good people? Yes. Now we have payments from creditors, to creditors, yeah. Payments to creditors. Ma'am, what do we mean by payment to creditors? Okay, ma'am? People, let's be free, yeah? Yeah, we are just in class now, so let's be free. Ma'am? Payments to creditors. It's an outflow. Yeah. So, what do we mean? If you were to explain to all of us. Ma'am? Okay? Good people. When we talk of, yes ma'am?
It's the amount that we owe, that we are expected to pay our creditors.
Exactly. This is the amount that we are supposed or expected to pay to our creditors. And we all know that creditors are the people that we as the business owe. Are we together with people? So when you say this amount, you must know that it will be under the outflows, right?
Yes.
Okay, then we have payments to operating expenses, e.g. rent. Can you give me an example of expenses? Water and electricity? Come on. Salaries and wages. That's great. Let us start. We can tell. Ma'am? Insurance, madam? Advertising. So all expenses will be listed under outflows when it comes to the business. Are we together, people?
Yes.
Now, cash invested, I think you understand. The rest when it comes to expenses. Yeah? But now, guys, when it comes to budget, yeah? Budget is all about predicting, right? We are actually planning for the future. Yeah? We are actually trying to estimate how much income or how much profit are we going to make or how much expenses are we going to make in that particular month, yeah? Of which that is based on the experience, most of it, right? And also the period and the principle and the what is this thing? It's the period and the policies. Yeah, that's the term I wanted to use. Policies that we have in the business. Yeah?
Yes.
So now in Glenhaven, guys, you will have to know how to prepare a data collection schedule, right?
Yes.
Then the creditors payment schedule, then cash budget, and what we call projected income, right?
Yes.
So people due to time, I will not touch on projected income. That will be the topic for Monday, right?
Yes.
So if you are thinking of not coming to school, please change your minds while you still can. Are we together, good people?
Yes.
Now, when we talk of data collection schedule, can one tell me what we mean by the term data collection schedule? What is it exactly? What are we trying to do? When we prepare the data collection schedule, what are we trying to do exactly? Ma'am? Is your hand up? Is your hand up? Oh, okay. Madam?
I think the data is only that if the
Okay, she is saying, using Xhosa, uthi lixesha esilinika ama-debtors wethu ukuthi asibhatale ngawo, ne? So she is actually saying that when we talk of debtors collection schedule, this is the time that we give our debtors to actually pay us back our money, right? And we all know that when I say our money, I'm referring to the business, ne? Because when you are dealing with accounting, you are always the business, right? Now, can someone tell me what you mean by what is it? Why do we have to prepare credit charts? Okay, let me just clarify a bit, just to add on what she said. Ne? Debtors collection schedule, ne? We use it to actually get or to estimate, thank you ma'am, to estimate the amount that we are going to receive from our debtors. Ne? So we prepare debtors collection schedule to actually find out how much must we expect from our debtors, right? Same applies to creditors payment schedule. We're actually, based on the policies, we're actually trying to estimate the amount that we have to pay to our creditors for that particular period. Ne? Let's say next month we need to pay this amount, that month we need to pay this amount. Ne? So we actually use the schedules to know how much are we supposed to pay to get from our debtors and how much are we supposed to get from our creditors, right? Now, cash budget. The whole thing, into yonke, asayiphelele. Meaning that the main topic of the day, right? Again, then I come here. Okay. I wanted to show you the example of cash budget, right? Okay. I wanted to show you guys the full example of cash budget so that I can explain the components of cash budget, but it seems like my current USB is actually giving me a problem, but let me use this one. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. File doesn't want to open here, but yeah, we'll continue with that way. So, with the notes that you have, I just want to explain. So, Mr. Mkize gave you the notes for cash budget, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you open on page 3, which is 94, page 3. Okay. Because my file cannot open, I will have to use the old way, right? So when we are doing cash budget, please pay attention to the explanation. So you start with your receipts then. Then you list all your receipts, of which those were the inflows that I was mentioning before, right? So you start with your receipts, then after that, the first receipt that you will have is always your cash sales. Cash sales. People, let's be sure about what we say. Cash sales, right?
Yes.
Because we are actually receiving money, right? So it's cash sales. The next item will be
Receipt from debtors.
receipts from debtors. And we did spoke about that. From debtors. Then we have income such as
Rent.
income, right?
Yes.
Now, guys, I want you to, normally when you are dealing with sales, it is when you look at the adjustment, or let me say, the information that is given to you, you normally get your sales. If you are expected that the sales are expected to increase on a particular month, the additional information will tell you. Meaning that you will have to calculate the increase, then put the increased total there. Now, I want to ask this from you guys. Where do we get receipts from debtors? Now, I want to put my receipt from debtors here. Where do I get this total amount? Let's sing it. We are supposed to know this, all of us. This amount we cannot calculate it the other way, but we have to prepare our debtors collection schedule, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have our rent income, which is just another outflows, right? Or inflows. Sorry. Yeah. This we are away. Then we'll have our payments. And these payments are the amounts that we're referring to as our outflows. You remember where I opened and said these are our outflows and we discussed them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is that payments, these are our outflows, right? And what is the first? Because after, when it comes to budget, there's always that one thing, then the rest follows, right?
Yes.
Two things. So we know that when it comes to receipts, we have what? Cash sales and what? And receipts from debtors, right?
Yes.
Then the rest follows, right?
Yes.
Then we go to payments, we'll have what?
Cash purchases.
Cash purchases, yeah?
Yes.
And when we are talking about cash purchases, we're actually talking about our when we actually buy. Remember you're saying vehicles, She's saying vehicles. Anyone saying something else? Ma'am? Buying of trading stock, anyone else? Yeah? Okay, equipment. So actually when we are actually talking about cash purchases, good people, please listen. That is when you look at your activity and try to find if did we make any purchase by cash. which means we made the payment immediately. Are we together with people? So when you talk of cash purchases, most of the time we do buy in trading inventory by cash, right? And we also do buy equipment by cash. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, that's what we are referring to when it comes to cash purchases. And what is that? The next thing that always follows after cash purchases? Creditors. Oh, creditors. You are doubting. And where do we get those payments to creditors? Where? Creditors payment, creditors collection schedule. Which one is which? Okay, we actually to get this amount, which is payments to creditors, we always, most of the time in the question, we have to prepare what we call creditors payment schedule, right? Let's be clear about this. We have debtors collection. The term collection is referring to us going to fetch our money from our debtors, right? So it's called collection schedule. Then because we pay creditors, we call it creditors payment schedule. Because we are the one who goes outside there to pay our creditors, right?
Yes.
Then the rest follows, which is all the inflows that I have mentioned before. That we referred to.
Yes.
But I want you guys to explain this one thing for me. The term actual. We all speak Sotho here, right?
No.
Or some speak Zulu,
Yes.
So it's Sotho and Zulu, and Xhosa,
Yes.
So kasi Sotho buningi badinto. Xhosa ubunyani bezinto. Then the other language is uqinisa, uqiniso lezinto, So this is what when we talk of the actual we are referring to, right? So everyone is accommodated here, Yeah, so that I don't speak language, maybe you don't understand. So when you talk of actual, which means when you budget, it's not something that you are sure about. You are actually making estimates, and those estimates might not be exactly the way you have budgeted, right?
Yes.
So when you talk of actual, we are talking about what actually happened. Are we together, people?
Yes.
So budget doesn't mean that it will go the same way that you expect, right? You are actually estimating. So that's why there is actual and budget, right? Okay? So good people, I would like to ask one thing. Please answer honestly. Answer honestly. What is that one thing that you thought, that you knew about budget? Nendo uyazi ngebudget, but now so you out What is it? That one thing that you knew about budgeting, you were so sure about it, but now after this lesson, you are starting to doubt. Are you? Okay, so that means you were 100% correct, on point. There's nothing you did not understand about budgeting. Yeah? Okay, ma'am, tell us, what have you learned today? Ma'am? Yeah, I'm talking about you. What have you learned today? are budget to control key future planning here. Key future planning here the expenses and incomes, right? So to those who don't understand, Sutu are, I'm speaking Sutu now. She is saying that what she learned today is that, what she learned today is that actually budget is the, you said ma'am? It's a future planning of expenses and income, eh?
Yes.
Ma'am, what have you learned? Should always be included in the budget. Okay? So she's saying, in today's lesson, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? She learned that receipts from creditors, actually receipts from debtors, and payment to creditors must always be included in the cash budget. Yeah? So, that's what she said she learned today, right? Ma'am? Ma'am, what did you learn? Anyone else, ma'am? So that I would like you to repeat that, so that everyone can hear. Even the last person at the corner they can hear us.
I've learned the difference between debtors collection schedule and creditors payment schedule. And debtors collection schedule is we're planning the money that we're going to receive from our debtors, the money that we're expecting to receive from our debtors in a certain period of time. And then our creditor payment schedule is the amount that our creditors are expecting to receive from us in a certain period of time.
Okay? Did you all get that right?
Yes.
So that means we have learned something today, right?
Yes.
You've been a wonderful class with people. Did you know that?
Yes.
Is there anyone who's selling sweets here before we close our class?
Yes.
And who's selling the sweets? How many are you in
Yes.
So, okay, we are all receiving sweets today, eh? Will be the one to actually give us, and the teacher will pay, which is okay. Before we close our class, we know that this is an
Counting.
so, that's before. Guys, I have to give you homework. I have to give you homework. Which is based on what we just learned today, right? So on the page that you guys I gave you, I wanted you to state on the smartboard, but hey, technology is against me today. But tomorrow it will be fine, right? Yeah. So we all have activity 2, right? which is actually use the information provided below to prepare the data's collection schedule, right?
Yes.
I want you guys to actually leave that one. There is one which is based on definitions. The first one, it says that you must define budget. The second one, it must be the questions. Are we all on that question?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's be on that question where we said you must define your budget. Then also explain what is creditors' payment schedule, what is debtors' collection schedule, right?
Yes.
So by Monday, please do not enjoy too much weekend without doing my homework for people, right?
Yes.
So Monday, I'm expecting everyone to submit that homework. We'll mark it in class, right?
Yes.
So, people, let's pray to close our lesson. Let's go.